here's my next project using the Now and Forever paper. This paper is available until February 28th. You can shop with me. Thanks. Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and these are the two layouts that I'm going to be working on today. And they're from Creative Scrapbooker magazine, their Facebook page. And so every month they put out a sketch, and I like to do their sketches. They're neat sketches to do, and you just upload them to Facebook and see what people think of it. And so I'm going to take these two and I'm going to make it a two-page layout instead of two singles. And so the only paper that I have left in full form are these two from Now and Forever. And I really like the old-timey ads, so I'm just going to go ahead and take off the zip strip. The January I'm going to do with another, a different layout, and it'll be a single because I'm running low on the paper. I'm using so much of it. I've done so many pages and so many cards, which, it's great. It's great to use up your papers. So I've got those zip strips that I can use, and I'm going to take the first one and I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm taking it to 6, so it's going to be 6 and 6, and then I'm going to flip it over and use the ledger paper for the bottom half. But the first thing I need to do is to have something to adhere it to, so I'm going to use a piece of white daisy cardstock, preferably one that's 12 by 12, and adhere it to the bottom and then put the top on. And so this way I'm using a whole sheet for the left side of the page. So I want to cover up the seam. So I can use one of the zip strips, and we'll see what, I haven't figured out which one I want to use yet. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out a 4x6. Now they have 2x2s on there. I'm going to replace the 2x2s with 3x4s. So you don't have to be exact when you do these sketches for Creative Scrapbooker magazine. So you can just kind of you can, make a little amendments to the sketches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the Desert Rose down to 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 times 2 for both of the 3x4s. And so it's just a little bit, it's 1/8 of an inch showing on around the picture, what will be the picture. And I'm cutting another 4 1/4 and then flip it and do 6 1/4. So that'll be my 4x6 photo mat. And I kind of decided, since this is old-timey, and Jim and I are getting to be old-timey, and this year is the year that we've been married for 30 years. Unbelievable. But so, I'm really thinking these papers, they're kind of geared towards Valentine type stuff, but certainly, love. So I think that I'm going to take these and use them for pictures for our 30th anniversary year. And just kind of, just say, here we are, maybe some old-timey pictures from the year that we met and when we were oh so young. I thought 41 was really old when I met him. He was 39 and I was 41. I had no idea what was coming down the line. The rose gold looks kind of pretty, but it was too hard to get out. The green does definitely not. So I want to use up my embroidery little embellishments. I think they're so pretty. And this is a perfect one for the butterfly and for the little heart. So it's got the pink and the desert rose. So it's perfect. So I've got all sorts of things left here that I can also use for these pages. I'm having a terrible time. The only thing that's working is the tape is sticking to my fingers. There we go. I finally get it out. And it's not bad. The rose gold is not bad, but I decide to not use it. I'm not really sure why, because it really looks pretty good with it. I can't get unstuck. So, but then I noticed there's these border pieces that I haven't used, and it has a little bit of a scallop to it, but they're so light in color that they wouldn't show up on the bottom edge. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put it against the desert rose with just a little bit showing through, just enough to pick up the frilly edge, and then stick it down. So I kind of like that. So I'm just kind of arranging and rearranging. And what I like about the ledger paper part is that you've already got lines for journaling. So there's a lot of journaling you can do because you've got lots and lots of lines to, to work with. So I'm just putting my ruler so I can kind of get the right and left 3x4s on the same level, and then I'll move the 4x6 up some. Doesn't want to, keeps on getting stuck. And then I can use the ledger lines to make it even. Ta-da! So there we go. And I've got my little things, and I'm trying to figure out what do I want to put here. Yeah, black, not black. I want to use those hearts because I like them, but it's just not quite the right paper. So I'm trying to think, what do I want to do here? So I'm thinking I want to put some hearts, but I want to add some color to them. So I get a sponge and start distressing them in desert rose. And they're okay, but I don't know. I haven't figured out what to do. What to do with them, what to do. So like I said, it's, when you do these things, they do kind of look nice. They look different on the camera than they do when I'm actually working with it. They kind of look nice on the camera. It's funny. I'm trying to think. Then I come up with the idea so I can use this our story. So kind of deciding that doesn't show up very much, but that's okay. So I'm thinking if I make this for our 30th year of marriage, then our story is a really good title to use, right? So I like this corner flower down there. And I like all these little pieces. It's just don't know where to put them. There's one. So now I've got some gold going. I do like this little stamp. I can't really take it off because now it pulled the paper off. But anyway, I've got another little butterfly with gold on him. Look how pretty he is with those gold edges. That stamp is just kind of hanging on to me, so I don't know what to do with it. I kind of want a little bit of green on here, a little bit of the Seabrook. So love is a good one. And they have some little accents down at the bottom there, see? And they do some dashed lines going through them. So I kind of thought, well, if I use this little frame, the frame can be a little journaling area. just kind of automatic. So kind of, I don't think I've done that before, used a frame to make kind of a journaling area. So I'm just going to take my ruler and kind of go and make a dashed line, and then move it down a little bit and make another dashed line. Just a little bit of an accent. Nothing outrageous. So I've got all these little hearts. Put one up there in the little journaling area. Kind of need a, oh, there we go. That's perfect. I love that heart. I thought I put my embroidered butterfly. I guess I didn't. Interesting. I wonder what happened to him. We'll see. Okay, so now I've got the ledger paper side. And so they have kind of a, a small patterned paper. So I'm just gonna, I don't really like the top where it has the, the titles of the columns. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what to do here. So I'm gonna put some of the border pieces up along the top there. And I mean, there's a lot of ways I could have gone with this. I could have cut it in half again and then flipped it opposite. Doesn't really go with the sketch, but I could have done it. So I'm really just kind of feeling my way, to tell you the truth. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of putting things here and there. So we've got our two borders that are the same on both pages, and the ledger paper carries over from the left to the right. So it's kind of like, okay, what are we gonna put here? I'm thinking. So if I use some of the desert rose as a backdrop for the pictures, then it kind of stands out from the ledger paper. So I'm kind of like feeling it out that way. This one just kind of, it threw me a bit. I just didn't quite know what to do. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead and put that down, and we'll see how this goes. And then I do change my mind, just so you know. I cut it down and I decided to just kind of use the one piece as for the background for the pictures, and then I cut this frame, and that's a frame to make a shaker window for a slimline card. But I went ahead and cut it, thinking that I'll use that as my long journaling area. I thought, okay, well, that's pretty cool. That's all right. And that kind of goes along with the sketch. And so I'm using 3x5. That's what they're suggesting here, is 3x5. So I would just be taking a little bit of cropping off of a 4x6, an inch here and an inch there. And there's my butterfly. And so I kind of like the way that looks. I wasn't thinking that the Seabrook was going to be too good with that, but it's not bad. And it does help bring the Seabrook over from the left-hand page to the right-hand page. And I love the color anyway. I just really love the color. And it kind of softens the desert rose, which is kind of an unusual color for me. I like it. I mean, it reminds me of like Arizona and Sedona. God, if we had Sedona pictures, that would be perfect with these colors. So, but I really like this idea of using the slimline frame for a journaling area. And then I've got my XO, and that was from, I punched a bunch of those out. I punched family and hugs and kisses from my thin cuts, from some old thin cuts. And so, this is just kind of a, kind of goes with everything kind of title when you're talking about the relationship with your husband, right? So here comes my butterfly. I might have to get some more of those. I tell you what, those are such pretty embellishments. I'd hate to just like the flower. And I'm thinking that's a good kind of base for the little embellishment for the journaling area. Put a little heart next to the hugs and kisses. And there we've got a little title for the journaling area. And there's a green stamp. And there's another stamp, which is real pretty with the flowers. And there we have another butterfly. That's a sticker. So, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. So this was, I wasn't really too sure what I was going to do with these papers. But making a 2-page layout using the sketches from Creative Scrapbooker magazine, that's cool. So I'm happy with that. And that will be the start of my 30-year, talking about our 30 years together. So there we go. So let me know what you think. And be kind. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I've got a lot of place to put how we met there. So I'm kind of okay with all of the little parts. So thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Bye now.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.